And guys, feel free, hit the subscribe button. 9 Wives. 3 people go get 9 Wives. You gotta watch 9 Wives before Checks and Balances. You got to, okay? It's mandated. It's part of the curriculum. It will be on the syllabus. All right. All right. We got another quiz May 19th. Okay. Malcolm X's birthday. All right. I just want to say something, man. I don't know, and here's where it get convoluted because people misinterpret the message. People by me doing this video, they're gonna say I'm pro Canelo. I think Canelo's a cheater, and I also both things can be true. 3 things can be true. 4 things can be true. If Canelo is afraid of black fighters, then one, we're diminishing who Floyd Mayweather is. We're diminishing who Laura is. We're diminishing who Daniel Jacobs is. At the end of the day, those were Laura and Floyd are the slickest of the slickest of this era of fighting, guys. There's not many people more slicker than Floyd and Laura. All right. Now, if you heighten the conversation, then that means you got to hold Charlo and Andrade accountable too, because they haven't fought slick black fighters at that level. All right, call it how you want to see it. I know black people are inspired when non-black people challenge their blackness. That they can't hold black people accountable at the same time. It's knee jerking, and it's salivating, and it's comfortable, and it tastes good when we say see, 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 um um they did it to us. See, white people, what LeBron say? We be 100 every day. I thought that was disparaging when he said that. And by no means am I saying that uh, it's not true. Systemic oppression is alive and well. Redlining to economic imprisonment, to physical imprisonment. I do that, but I also know that we got to start attacking the root of the case. Okay, Canelo is basically doing what Floyd did. Al Heyman has protected Canelo, and Eddie Hearn has kept Andrade away from Canelo and Triple G. Let's just call it down the line and have that conversation. Have that uncomfortable conversation that Al Heyman does not want him to fight Andrade. You know that Canelo, that Golden Boy did offer Charlo a contract 3 or 4 years ago, and I know this to be a fact. Um, so everyone's protecting their investment, man. Let's just have that conversation, man, because I want to keep the fans aware, and I also want the fans to understand it's about us getting the best fights. And if we fall for the narrative trap like I did, I repeat, if we fall for the narrative trap like I did, and a lot of black media outlets and a lot of media outlets in general will push narratives, okay? It's a fact, okay? Because pushing racial narratives is what get clicks, and that's just reality. So no, Canelo is not afraid. Canelo is on a he want to make a lot of money, and Canelo will choose the road which he believes is most profitable to him. The same thing Al Heyman did with Jamal Charlo. The same thing way Eddie Hearn navigated Andrade in a different direction as Canelo. The same way the Zone and Triple G. He's an old man, so they don't want to use him up until he gets to Canelo. Let's or how about Floyd fighting an old Mosley? An older um, uh, Cotto. Um, he conned us into fighting. Uh, what's the guy that beat Maidana twice? He shouldn't have fought Maidana twice, and he fought Berto at the end of it. So let's just keep it a buck, and let's remain fans, and let's galvanize the fans so we can get the best fights. Okay, Shakur Stevenson, Oscar Valdez. Those are the fights that we need. Okay, those are the fights that we desire. If we get wrapped up into narratives, then narrative wins. promote, and what that means, the business of boxing wins because it's a distraction. Okay. Uh, uh, the best fights for him to fight is not Charlo. It's David Benavidez. Okay. David Benavidez versus, if you guys want to fight for a fight, it's David Benavidez Charlo, David Benavidez Canelo. Okay. Those are the fights. You got to call out Charlo too. He ducked him. He had to be 25. He had to get COVID tests. He had to graduate from high school. I mean, all these things. David Benavidez is the other ace at 168. Okay. And at the end of Bivol, they're going to throw him a mandatory. So next May, he got two options: David Benavidez or Arthur Beterbiev. All right, the two B's. Okay, which B is he going to choose? Okay, that's where we need to be. Charlo is not proven at 168. He hasn't knocked anybody out. He doesn't have knockout power, and I'm not Debbie Downer, but I'm just giving you guys the facts, man. And Charlo hasn't proven himself. All right, Charlo is not the upper echelon at 168. He ducked David Benavidez. If Charlo wants to fight, have him fight Laura at 160, or Darrell, or Benavidez at 168, or Caleb Plant. Like those are valiant options. And this year, until December, January, Canelo's tied up. So those guys got to fight. All right, and let's keep on pushing. Let's keep on pushing for our fights. Keep on pushing. Keep on pushing for the best fights. And challenge these promoters. Everybody's. I'm like the only one on earth that like challenged them in person. Like you know what I mean. Like, and I don't mean challenge as in raise your voice and cussing and being belligerent, but challenge it as in forcing them to dig deep for answers, forcing challenge them on their narrative. Okay. Okay. Charlo Canelo is not before David Benavidez Canelo. Okay? Charlo needs to fight Andrade. Let's push for that fight. We're still fighting for Charlo, and Charlo's not fighting for us. We're still fighting for Charlo, and Canelo already has a date. We need to start pushing Charlo Benavidez, Charlo Andrade. Anyways, man, I know I'm making too much sense. It's gonna go over your head. And media, y'all gotta wake up. Media, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Stay out of my DMs, okay? It's okay. It's okay. Feel free to call me a coon. Feel free, but I want the best fighting the best, and that's it. The best fighting the best at 168 is David Benavidez, Canelo. It's not Charlo. The best fighting the best at 160 is Laura and Charlo. That's the best, right? I need to see that fight. The best fight in the best at 175. Now that Canelo's at 175, is the winner of Bivol, Canelo, Arthur Beterbiev, and Joe Smith. That's the winner. So those are the fights that we should be wanting, not these feel good fights. Charlo ain't done nothing. So at the end, man, come on, man, let's just keep it a buck. Keep it a buck. Charlo is probably the best at 160. Fight Laura. Since he's not going to fight Andrade. He ran from Andrade and he ran from Benavidez. So if you want to stay at 160, fight Laura. Simple, 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 simple. So, anyways, barbershop conversations, man. Feel free to subscribe, but don't fall for the narratives. I did, and now I'm waking up. Go. Peace, guys.